I don't know if anybody else out there is as excited as I am to see that the Bond Arms Bullpups are about to ship. They said they should be shipping within the next few weeks. They've been taking pre-orders for a while now. Well, most of you probably know that the Bond Arms Bullpup is just a Boberg X9 that's been bought out, and they're now making it at Bond Arms. Well, actually, they're making it a little better. They changed the grips a little bit, put some wood grips on there, look a lot nicer, some G10 grips, and they did some changes internally so that it doesn't require quite so much specific maintenance. It's a little bit less maintenance heavy now. So they actually improved it a little bit, but it's still just a Boberg X9, basically, just a little bit better made by a different company. Well, a lot of people, after I did my video saying that it was like the best gun I saw at SHOT Show this year and last year, said, well, doesn't that make you kind of a hypocrite because you said you wouldn't own a Boberg? Well, no, saying that doesn't make me a hypocrite. There's lots of things that make me a hypocrite. That's not one of them. They're like, what did you do? Did you sell out to Bond Arms? Are they paying you? Are they sponsoring you? Well, no, they're not paying me. They're not sponsoring me. And I'm not a hypocrite, like I said, because I never said I didn't like the Boberg. I said I wouldn't own one, and that's a different thing. There's a big difference between not wanting to own one and not liking it. I liked it, and in fact, I did want to own one at first. Now, when I tell that to some people, they're like, well, why did you not want to own a Boberg? Is it because it was a new gun and from an untested manufacturer? No, that's not it at all. It was because Boberg was a jerk. Now, I didn't want to say much about it back then because he was a new company, a small startup company, a one-man operation basically. Well, not really a one-man operation, but, basically a family business. And I didn't want to hurt a family business. I didn't want to take any business away from them or give them a bad reputation. So I just didn't buy his product. And the reason why is, well, I saw him when he was first at SHOT Show, when he was first selling the guns, and I said, this gun looks awesome. I love the unique look of it. I like the fact that it's a type of gun that's very rarely been made and definitely isn't available nowadays in any other production gun, so it's kind of unique. So I was like, I got to get one of these, test it out. So I got a YouTube channel, I'll promote it. If I like it, I'll promote it heavily. So he said, oh, that sounds great. I'll put you on the list and I'll send you one to try. You shoot it, see if you like it, send it back. I said, well, I don't really do loaners. Could I possibly buy it? If you send it to me and I shoot it and like it, can I pay for it before I do a review? And he said, well, he's not really set up to do that. I'd have to order one from a distributor if I wanted to do that. And I said, well, that's great. Well, how long will it take? He said, well, we're about 6 to 8 weeks for shipping right now. It's taking about 6 to 8 weeks on each order. And I said, okay, that's a long time for me because I'm not very patient. The 2 minutes it takes to boil my oatmeal in the morning seems like forever to me. But so I said, well, I'll do it because I really want this gun. I wanted this gun pretty badly. So I go home, the day I get home from SHOT Show, literally I get home on a Saturday, I go straight to the dealer and I order one of the Bobergs. He'd never even heard of the gun before, of course, but he found a way to order one and ordered it for me. So I wait and I wait and I wait. And the 6 weeks passes, the 8 weeks passes, 3 months passes, 4 months passes. Finally, when it gets to 6 months, my dealer says, I just can't keep this order open any longer. Going to have to cancel it and give you your money back. I said, well, that's sad because I really want this gun, but I'll call Boberg. I still have his card from SHOT Show, and I'll see if I can get one directly from him because maybe it got lost in the shuffle, etc. It's a new business. So I didn't really know the distributor. So I call Boberg and I say, hey, I was looking for one of these. We talked at SHOT Show. And he's like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He acted like he remembered me. I don't think he really did, but he kind of acted like he did, which, good business. Then I tell him, I went home and ordered it. You said 6 to 8 weeks. It's 6 months later. I don't have it. At which point he got pissy with me. Basically called me stupid because, he said, if you don't know that an estimate is just an estimate, that's not my problem. And shipping estimates are always, blah, blah, all this stuff. Like to where it wasn't his fault, my fault for being stupid enough to think I'd get what I paid for in the time that I was told I would get it. But, I want the gun really badly at this point, so I'm just like biting my tongue, not letting him have it. So I said, well, what I was calling to see is if you've got any in stock, if you've got any there that I could buy and you could just ship directly to my FFL. And he said, yeah, sure, I've got some in stock. And I told him the model I was wanting. He said, yeah, I've got a couple of those. And I was like, okay. And then I kind of was thinking, well, why do you have some of them? If my order's been sitting for 6 months with not being filled, why do you have them in stock? Are you keeping them for someone special or something? But I didn't say that. Like I said, bite my tongue because I want the gun. So we go about him getting it all set up, and I get my FFL information. I'm telling him I'll send it to him. I'll email it to him or fax it. I think he wanted it faxed for some reason. So we get to the part where I give him my credit card number and he quotes me the price. Well, he quotes me a price $200 over MSRP. Now you got to remember, this is buying directly from the dealer. No distributor involved, no dealer involved. And he still quotes me a price $200 over MSRP. I had bought the gun from my dealer when he priced it. What his cost was going to be and what the discount would be was almost $200 under MSRP. So I was like, well, why is there a $400 difference here when I'm buying the gun directly from you, trying to help you out with some promotions? At which point he went ballistic on me, just started basically calling me names and saying it's his product. He'll charge what he wants for it. If I want it, I'll pay it. I'll take it or leave it. At which point I said, well, I'll freaking leave it. Forget about it. Now, at the time, I didn't want to badmouth him too much because, like I said, he was a small business, so I didn't really say much about it. But that was why I wouldn't buy a gun from him. He was a jerk. Well, since then, he's gone out of business. Actually, hard to believe a guy with those customer service skills would go out of business. But he kind of went bankrupt. His wife left him. Once again, hard to believe that the person that had to fuck that asshole actually wanted out of there too. But he sold his business to Bond Arms. And like I said, so now Bond Arms is making a gun better than it was when he made it. And I wanted it when he made it. I just didn't want to deal with him. So now I can get it from Bond Arms. And that's why I'm so excited to get this gun. It's a gun I've always wanted, but couldn't have it just because of my pride and didn't want to deal with this guy. But now, like I say, a company that I know and trust is making it, and they're making it even a little better. And it's coming out soon, and hopefully you'll actually be able to get one. So I'm excited. And that doesn't make me a hypocrite, and it doesn't make me a sellout. The only thing is I like nice, unique guns, and I like guns that are different. I just don't like buying guns from assholes. And that's why I wouldn't own it when it was a Boberg.